Good morning children. Welcome back to Computer Science online class. Before getting into today's chapter, we will see a small Bible verse. Let your light shine so people everywhere may see your good actions and praise God in heaven because of it. So whatever good actions you do, people will praise God in heaven. So that will delight our God. Matthew 5:16. With the same thought, let's get into today's topic. Okay, so before getting into today's topic, what chapter we were dealing with, children? Yes, we were dealing with chapter 15. And then what is the lesson name? Data manipulation through SQL. These are the chapter we are dealing with today or constantly for 2 to 3 classes. Okay, so data manipulation through SQL. You all know what is called as SQL. Before getting into today's topic, we will do a quick recap. Do you remember what did you learn in last week class or in the last class? Yes, we learnt about, correct children, good, you all are good. We learnt about aggregate functions. Okay, so what is an aggregate function? When we combine all the values, you will be able to get a single value. That is the use of aggregate function. Come, let's see what is called as an aggregate function. So as I told you, what is the definition? Combining everything and giving a single output. Okay, and then we saw about the first thing, count function. What is the use of count? It count the values and return the how many count of or how many students are there or how many age less than 50 or greater than 50 or how many employees greater than 60 or less than 25 or 30. So that is called as count. And next we saw about sum. What is sum? Summing up the values. And then we saw about average, how to calculate average. Fourth, we saw about to find the maximum of the number. And then we saw about minimum of a given number. So what are the 5 things? Count, sum, average, maximum, minimum. So these are the 5 functions we saw in aggregate functions. And then we learned the uses of aggregate. Where are they used? Mainly they are used in big concerns, okay, to pull out their data like employee database or customer database. Good children. Okay, so now can anyone tell me what we are going to deal with today? Today we are going to deal with only 2 things. What are they? The first one is about input by the user. So the data is going to, the user is going to give the input to the program. Correct. What's the second one? Second one is the using multiple table for querying. How we are going to connect 2 or 3 tables for querying a database. Okay. And then these are the 2 things we are going to see today. The first one is data input. Second one is using multiple table for querying. Good. Come, let's see the first thing. Okay. By this picture, what do you understand? Do you see here? The user is entering the data, the email address and the job title and everything, and it is displayed in the next column. Okay, this is how they are entering the data. So that is what we are going to see today. Data input done by the user. Very good. And then next thing. What is the next thing we are going to see? We have to see an example how it is being worked out. Now let's see a small program. See here, now we are going to see the code for executing query using input. So I am repeatedly telling the first 3 things remains the same. That is a system built-in function. Good, you are remembering it. So import SQLite 3 and then connection SQLite 3.connect. This cursor.connection remains the same. So now see here, it's executing drop table. What is the use of drop table? First, you are deleting a table called table person. Okay, table name is person. If already the table is created, you are just removing the table and then you are creating it again with the help of 3 fields. What are the 3 fields? Name, age, ID. Okay, you are going to enter 5 students' name. So here, who is the variable where the names are stored? Age is the variable where the age are stored, and ID, PID is the variable where the student's ID is being stored. Okay, so now they are entering the age, entering the student name first, age second, and then ID in the third. And here what happens? See here, the data is being pulled to the length function. What is the use of length function? It says how many datas are there or how many datas are there. That is how it is pulling out the data. Okay. And then the second thing, what we are going to see, the second part of the program. The second part of a program is you have to find the looping, for loop. We have to use the for I in range and then cursor execute. What is this question mark? This question mark is how it is being used in terms of Python. Okay. And next to that, what you have to use here, this is the name style. And then you are going to use select asterisk. Why asterisk? Because I need all the data. That is why I am using select asterisk from person. And then fetch all entries from table. Displaying all the records from the person table. And then I am printing out the data one by one. That is why I am using /n. Okay, each and every time make sure you use /n. So what happens? It will be printed line by line. Okay, this is how you have to write a small program to get the input from the user. Good. Okay, now we are going to see the output. Can anyone tell me what would be the output? Come children. Yes? Yeah, correct. The user is going to enter the data. So these are the 5 names the user is entering and the 5 ages corresponding to the student name. And one more thing we left out. What are they? Yes, correct. So they are, yes, right, IDs. So you are getting the IDs and then with this the entry is being stopped. And then what happens here? It is displaying all the records from the person table. So here Ram, Kirtana, Krishna, Harish, Girish. So all the student record is being printed one by one. Why one by one? Because we used /n. It's a new line. I think you got the point. The user is entering the data, even 5 or 10 or 15, it depends. And then you are printing the data one by one. This is a small example for data input by the user. Correct. Okay. Now we are going to see small real-time example how it is being worked out. See here, same factorial. Okay, you have already learnt in C++ factorial. If they are given a number, they are return number and then they are finding the factorial logic. So here where this input is done, here. So the user is entering the data. For example, if he is entering 5, what would be the output of factorial? So 120. Why it is 120 here? Because you all are math students, you might know it. We are calculating it. So 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. What would be the output? Correct. The output would be 120. This is how it is being printed. Okay. And next to it, what you are going to do is the next topic. Look at the picture and tell me what is the next thing we are going to learn. Yes. Multiple table for querying. Table 1, table 2. See here the Facebook table is here. And then LinkedIn table is here. Okay, number of friends is displayed here. Number of connections with the friends is being displayed here. See what happens. So Matt, and then it's filtering the data here. And then it takes the data from Lisa and is pulling the data over here. And then for Sarah, it is checking for Jeff. Jeff is not here in table 2, so it's ignoring. And Sarah is there. So it's printing the data for Sarah. This is how the connection is being printed. Look at the query here. Select asterisk from Facebook. Join LinkedIn on Facebook name. So you're pulling the data from one table, taking the connection count from one table and joining them together. This is how the data works. Okay. And then let's see a book back example. What example is given for us in the book? Before that, let's see an example or a definition for it. See, Python allows to query more than one table by joining them together. In the following example, a new table called appointment, which contains the details of roll number, duty, age is created. The table students and appointments are joined and display the result with the column heading. You see here there are 2 tables. One is appointment and another one is student. Okay, these both tables are joined together and it is displaying the output. Good. Okay. Now let's see here an example. It's a very small example. These three things remains the same. Okay. We are importing a data, connecting it and using a cursor method. Dropping the table and then you're creating a table called appointment. This drop table is more or less equal to clear, that we use CLS, right? It's more or less equal to CLS. And then they are using an insert command to get the data. So whatever, how many data you can get it. So prefect and then second one is secretary. So these are the two data they are getting, and then they are also getting the commit. Why we are using commit? If we are doing any changes, we have to save it. That is why we are using commit command. And then see here, what is the query? This is very important. You are selecting student roll number, student name, appointment, and then duty appointment.age from student and appointment. So two tables are being used here. One is student table and another one is appointment table, where student roll number is equal to appointment.roll number. So they are combining the student roll number with the appointment table roll number. So then they are going for a for loop. See here, for I in cursor.description, and then result they are printing as fetch all, and then they are printing or. This is how it is being printed. Okay. So now what would be the output? This is a small example. Yes, come on, tell me the output. Correct. So you will be getting only the roll number, student name, duty, age. This roll number is a different table and all these three things is a different table. So it joined the table together and you got the output. Very good. This is how the output is being printed. Okay. So next we will see one more small example how it is being used in real time. See here, for example, take a product manufacturing company, any products. See here, this is a product table is one table, salesperson is one more table, customer is one more table, transaction is one more table, and calendar. So totally you have how many tables here? You have 5 tables. So this has one-to-one relationship with product and customer. This has salesperson, transaction, calendar, one-to-one relationship. And then what happens here? From product it's moved to customer. Which customer want which product, and then it moved to salesperson, which salesperson has to deliver the product, and transaction, for example, the amount that is quoted, and then the last thing is calendar. So 5 tables. They're interconnecting with these 5 tables and you're getting the output. It queries. So if you want to use select command, you can use select command, or if you want to use where command, you can use where command. So but this is how the querying takes place from multiple tables and join them together to print the data. Okay, this is how you are using querying for a multiple data. Okay children, I think these are the 2 important topics in 15th lesson. Okay, so what are they 2? Data input done by the user, and then multiple querying for tables. So multiple table and you're querying from multiple tables and joining them together. And data input, either you can enter the student database or employee database. Okay, so now you have an activity here. What you should do is take your computer science classbook note, start writing programs. Okay, as I am repeatedly telling you, imagine a database, for example, employee, student, or whatever customer, and then start writing program. Writing the syntax is very, very important. Okay, and then you have to start filtering the queries like select, where, class, distinct, class, group by, aggregate function. Try to use the functions one by one and then see whether you are able to get the output. Okay, start writing the query. So when you'll be able to come to school, it will be very easy for you to start writing the program. So whenever you are getting time, start writing the programs in your classwork. And please take up your test and Kahoot on time. I'm seeing many of you are not taking up your test. I'm repeatedly telling you, please take up your test and your Kahoot on time. It's for your good, children. If you start learning from the beginning, it will be easy for you at the end. So altogether, the whole portions you cannot learn at the end. Please start learning now and then as we give you the homeworks. Okay. So I try to give you some instructions on Kahoot. Most of you are not entering the names correctly, your nicknames. So what you should do is, once you get your Kahoot, link and the PIN number. Copy the PIN number and paste it. This is how you have to enter it, either using your phone or your laptop. Enter the PIN number correctly, and after entering the game PIN, then what it will ask you, for example, it's a Tamil Kahoot. Okay, it will ask you for an whatever Kahoot, it will be asking you for a nickname. So in this nickname, make sure you're typing your admission number. For example, it is 1234. Put it as M01234. It is 0, not O. Repeatedly we are telling you it's M01234 followed by your name. Okay. Okay, this is how you have to enter your Kahoot. And then after entering your nickname, just click on submit and start playing. If you are just entering your name alone or entering your admission number alone, the marks will not be generated. So last time in 2 tests I checked, so you are just entering your name or giving some nicknames. If you are using that, you will be marked as absent and you will be not getting your Kahoot marks. Okay, take up your Kahoot correctly with your nickname, that is your admission number and your name. Make sure you take it up correctly and take your test on time. Thank you, children. Have a great day. Thank you. Stay safe home. Have a very great day.